Hello!
Today we're going to learn to solve quadratic equations. Are you ready? No? Okay. All right. So the goal of today is to do two things. One, make sure that you can choose the correct method that you've already learned in order to solve any quadratic equation. And second, we really want you to understand that the quadratic formula will work for any quadratic equation, any of them, all right? It's just long and painful, and that's why we teach you the other ones. All right, so the first thing you have to do in the classwork is to sort equations, and I want to make sure that you know how to do that. So every quadratic equation comes with x squareds, x's, and constant terms. Constant terms. All right? Now, sometimes they're missing one, right? So maybe the b on one of them is 0, or maybe the c is 0, and you don't see them there. So we're going to look at a bunch of quadratic equations and decide which ones they have. The a's, the b's, or the c's. Now, if you find out that you have a's and c's, you're going to solve with square roots. If you find out that you have a's and b's, you're going to solve with greatest common factor. And if you find out that you have a's and b's and c's, then you're going to solve by just regular old factoring trinomials. And if that doesn't work, if this breaks down, you're going to solve with quadratic formula because it works every single time. All right, so here we go. If I look at this, it's completely out of order, but the a's are always the coefficients of the x squared term. So the x squared term, right there. So there's an a value right there. Do I have a b value? So b values are the coefficients of the x terms. So I'll make these orange. So we have a b value right there. Okay, do we have a c value? Do we have a constant term? Yep, right there. All right, so we've got an a b, and a c, and so this one we will solve with factoring. Now the first step there will be to put it into standard form, and then you'll start playing with your diamonds in the box and all that. Okay, so let's take the second one on your worksheet. You have one that looks like this, except with more tape. All right, so we look for an x squared term, all right? I found an x squared term right there, okay? So I've got an a value. Do I have a b value? B's have x's. I don't have an x term. Actually, I have two c terms. So I've got a's and c's. The combination of a's and c's means I'm going to solve this one with square roots. The very first step would be to subtract 8 from both sides, and then I'd be able to divide by -3. But we'll do that later. Okay, how about this one? So we've got x squared terms. Yep. So my a value here looks like it'd be 1 or -1 depending. Okay. I look for b values, terms with x's in them. So I got one with just x's, not x squareds. And then I look for a c value. Yep, I've got one of each. So this one is going to go in the solve by factoring. All right, we'll try the last one in the top row, and then I'll let you do it yourself. First thing you look for, x squared. So we've got, there's an x squared right there. Now I don't really know what the a and the b and the c are exactly until I put everything into standard form. I move it all over equals 0. If you don't do that, you can have the signs wrong on your a's, b's, and c's. It's kind of a mess. So, but I know that there will be an a term here, because I've got an x squared. Now let's see, I'm looking for b terms, things with x's. I've got an x term right here. I've got another x term here. And I don't have any constant terms. There's no term that doesn't have any x's. So this one fits into this category, into GCF. All right, I want you to go through right now and take all the rest of the 11, I think, problems on the top, and sort them into the correct categories based on what you think, and then there'll be a link for you to check to see if you did it right. All right? Go try it.